They think they got it locked, well I think I got it picked. 24/7, all I ever drop is hits. Never clocking out, I'm forever on my shift. I'ma ball till I fall, till they put me in my crib.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Zach and Steven here. We got another NFL podcast. NFL is starting to wrap up for the season. We just had the divisional round. These games were these were some really good games.
Yeah, they were.
A lot of them were close. Last minute, last play, there was a lot of like mistakes that happened that could have made the games go completely different directions. But yeah, we'll go over some of the games over the past week and then look at some news and this happened the past couple of days, anything new that's out there, and then go over the college football championship that happened last night with OU or Ohio State taking it home.
Which is no surprise. So
Yeah, beating Notre Dame. I watched most of the game, about half of it, and then I fell asleep. It was too
I
late.
already knew who was going to win, so there's really no
Yeah.
point for me to watching. I mean, like I say, always say, never bet against Ohio State. Never.
But yeah, let's look at the game. So first we had the Chiefs and the Texans Saturday. I think it's kind of no surprise there that the Chiefs won.
I mean, honestly, the Texans were holding up there for a little while,
9-point game.
and then of course, let me say this. So this doesn't surprise me that this stat is high. The Chiefs sacked C.J. Stroud 8 times.
That's bad.
8 times in
That's
one game.
That's a big reason as to why you lose a game if you get sacked that many times in one game.
And exactly, that's what I've said in the past. Like, they have to beef up that offensive line, or CJ is not going to last very long in the NFL.
Oh yeah, can't take hits like that consistently.
Exactly. No.
Yeah, Chiefs. I don't want to say blowout because their games ain't been a blowout, but expected win. I think, in my opinion, they just know how to win games.
And Kelsey, I think this game for Kelsey was probably his best of the year. I mean, 7 receptions for 117 yards.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's the one game that I really didn't watch that much of, honestly.
I watched it up until the Chiefs started taking it away.
Yeah. But then later on in the night, we had the upset of the weekend, dude. The
Big
Lions
upset.
and the Commanders. The Lions got beat by the Commanders. They got
I'm in the middle of something, Dad.
What
the fuck?
Oh, Pops.
All right. Sorry.
Like, you're good.
That.
All right. The Lions were playing good. I mean, not playing the bad as a team. I feel like their team was playing good. I feel like Jared Goff had a really bad game, in my opinion. Like, he had 2 or 3 fumbles, 2 or 3 interceptions. Like, he did not have a good game.
Here's what I watched the what you call it, post
highlight the post show, yeah,
conference, whatever.
Yeah.
And the head coach was getting emotional about it, and he didn't put any blame on his players. He didn't put any blame on any other of his coaches or his staff.
Dan.
He took majority of the blame for losing this game. And I mean, I don't see him taking most of the blame. I mean, he maybe a little bit, but just little bit.
Yeah, because you're the coach, but
Jared Goff is definitely a big blame for it. 3 interceptions. And one of those interceptions was a pick six.
Yep.
And Jared Goff got absolutely annihilated on trying to block that dude.
Yeah.
Which is why he got sent out for a few games. But yeah, definitely Jared Goff is up there on blame. And I don't like using the word blame because it is the NFL. It's hard.
And you even had your wide receiver that threw an interception. So I mean, if you're gonna throw an interception, at least put it in your quarterback's hands to throw it. Don't be letting your fucking wide receiver bomb it downfield just to get picked off.
And Gibbs, he's definitely not a blame. he fought for the Lions.
He had a
Like
good
14
game.
carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 70 yards receptions or reception yards. Like that's pretty good.
Yeah, he had a
Like
good game.
same with St. Brown too.
Yep. He had a lot of big catches, a lot of good catches, but it was just them not being able to stop fucking Washington. Washington
Washington's
was
defense is high powered right now, man.
Oh, and they were balling, bro. They were bombing it downfield. They were running like Austin Eckler had a hell of a game, dude.
Seen that?
Robinson had a hell of a game.
Yep.
Scary Terry had a hell of a game.
Yep.
Brown had that one crazy catch where the dude had his gloves over his face
Over his
mask and
face,
couldn't even
yeah.
see and still caught the ball. Like they were making
And
plays, dude. They wanted to win.
I never even heard of Diami Brown before until this game. So
Yeah, I didn't either, but do now.
yeah, he's definitely a big name now.
Is he a rookie or something?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know
I
either.
can't say much about him because I've never heard of his name
He balled
until.
though. Zach Ertz had a great game.
And Zach Ertz, and this is, and I believe this is his last year. Don't quote me on that, but
He just came from Arizona.
and he did just come from Arizona, spent most of his time there. Now he's with Washington in the playoffs, doing balling, having a great season. And I hope to God, he goes back and gets a Super Bowl. I don't know if this would be his second one or his first one.
I'm not sure.
So, but either way,
I
like
say probably his first.
I would love to see him get a ring before he retires because he deserves it with especially all the injuries that he's acquired over his season and or his career and everything he's been through. So,
Yeah, he's been a really good tight end. But yeah,
but
Washington
speaking about
moving
tight
on.
ends though, we talked about this, like, I think at work. Laporta's one-handed catch in the end zone.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah, Sam Laporta. Yeah, the Lions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a good catch. The left-handed catch. And
He just reaches out with that big palm of his and just
yeah,
like
yeah.
nothing.
That was a great catch. Like they were playing, they just weren't playing good enough to beat the Commanders that night. And
Yeah, I don't
then,
know what happened with the Commanders' defense, but they definitely ate their Wheaties that day. For
yeah,
sure.
because 3 interceptions, three fumble recoveries, pick
Yeah,
six, like balling.
definitely.
And then we moved into Sunday. We got the Eagles and the Rams. This was a really good game. This was close. It was back and forth. Kind of had me worried for a while. It started to snow halfway through the game and it got really slick. People trying to stand up. Matthew Stafford not able to stand up half the time. This is another one where he had several interceptions, several fumbles.
Yeah, Stafford's more of a stadium guy.
Oh yeah, once it got slick.
He don't like the cold.
Yeah, once it got slick, it got bad. But Saquon Barkley, bro, I right now Saquon is the best running back in the league,
Beast.
hands down. I don't know how he doesn't get the MVP twice. He breaks free, snowy or not, because the first time it wasn't snowy, the second time it was snowy. Breaks free for 50, 60 plus yards, and it's just gone. Like it's like it's nothing to him. Like they're in the end zone and he just breaks free from the end zone. Like he just gets them 15, 20 yards up the field from the fucking 5 yard
There's a
line.
video out there on that breakaway run where Saquon is at the line and he's next to Jalen Hurts.
Says, I got this.
And he looks over at Jalen. He's like, "Yo, I got this." And he
Yeah.
just takes off and just touchdown.
Yeah, dude. I don't think, and their line is so big. Their offensive line, like,
They're so agile, man.
I don't know who's gonna stop them.
They
Honestly,
can move.
dude.
They move around so quick. I don't know which way they go. I don't know who's coming over here and chopping a block. I don't know who's coming over here and chopping a block. Like I don't know. They are probably top 5 offensive lines right now.
And then you even got
so,
Jalen Hurts the first couple drive. I think it's probably the first drive, yeah, where Jalen Hurts breaks free, 55 yards, 50 plus yards, just gone. You know what I mean? Like
dude, I'm telling you,
they are fucking bad.
your Eagles, man, they could they could pull it off again this year.
And now the Rams didn't look bad. It's another one where if Matthew Stafford wouldn't have been fumbling and losing it, granted they were playing good D and the weather conditions, but if he wouldn't been losing that ball, their team like Cup had some great catches. Puka Nakua had some insane catches. Like Kyron Williams was getting it down the field. Like everyone so far, every game that we've watched this weekend, like people came, like no one just wasn't playing. Like they were all balling, like
Mm-hmm.
trying hard.
And a couple of these teams that we're seeing in the playoffs right now, which well that we've seen, I should say, in the playoffs, Washington and the Rams, two teams that we never would have thought would have made the playoffs this year just
Yeah.
because they how they were playing in the middle of the season. And then around week 8, week 9, you got Washington. They're coming out and beating teams like freaking Pittsburgh, and they're beating like Philly and teams like that, right?
Yeah.
And then you got the Rams coming over here, and they're beating big teams and popping off and putting up points. So it's like you can't really you can't really down a team because anything can happen.
Yeah.
They can turn around just like, except for the Colts. We all know the Colts can't turn around within just like that because we got problems. But
Yeah. They got
everybody
a
else
lot of
who
problems to
has,
build up on.
yeah, we got too many fucking problems. But anybody else who has a great front office and a great like coaching staff, they can get things turned around. So
Yeah. That was a close game too. That was a 6 point game, less than a score.
and yeah,
Oh,
and if
because
it
it came
didn't,
down to uh Matthew Stafford that he threw an interception at the end. Or
yeah,
no, yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty
No.
sure he did. Pretty positive because they ended up getting the turnover. Or no, I think he might have fumbled it, maybe something like that. I know it was a turnover.
Yeah, either way, they got the ball back and then kneeled it down the rest of the time. But yeah, then we got Ravens and Bills. I was thinking the Bills could get it done, but then you got Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and them two can be scary together, man. But you just can't count Josh Allen out, man. That's a big boy. He's got James Cook with him. Shakir was on fire. Like they were playing ball too, dude. 25-27. This honestly, the Bills should have lost this game. I don't know if you watched all of this one or not.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, dude. Like they should have won this game or at least tied it. They should have at least
No,
tied it.
they should have won this game because
No,
Mark
because
Andrews
it was
not
a
only did Mark
2 point
Andrews drop
game.
that, yeah, 2 point conversion, he also dropped like two other passes that could have been potentially like touchdowns.
Oh
So
yeah, okay. But for that last
for
play,
that last play, yeah, they could have tied it. Yeah.
they could have tied it, yeah, to send it to overtime. But yeah, it was just a blatant drop too. He had it in his hands, fumbled it in his cradle, and just couldn't hold on to it.
What do you
And
think is going to happen? You think they're going to cut him?
no, they said they can't blame him. Like afterward, like Lamar went on and said that he don't blame him. He just blames the whole team. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. There was more. Like you were saying, there was more than just that one situation where they should have played better, could have played better, could have played better defense, could have played better offense. No, I don't think anyone's going to go up there and just blame their other teammate, even though they are like in their head, they got to think like, "Fuck, dude, if you just wouldn't have caught that, if you just would have caught that, then everything else wouldn't have mattered." Because you know what I mean. We would have had the chance to go into overtime or something. Like you know what I mean. Like you still would have had a chance if that one catch, but that one catch didn't get caught.
Oh, I'm sorry to say this, but fuck that shit, dude. Like Mark Andrews, I'm sorry, but you're the blame, dog. You're the blame. I
Yeah,
don't care what Lamar Jackson
if you
says. He's the
wouldn't have
blame,
caught it, if you would have caught it, you'd been.
dude. If,
Well, you
just
can't. It's not. You're not to blame that they didn't win. You can't say that because it was just for the tie. So he is to blame that they didn't get the opportunity to continue playing to win. You know what I mean? Because even if he would have caught it, it's not like that would have won them the game. That was just going to tie for them to go into overtime for them to have an opportunity to win the game. But you didn't even get the opportunity because of that drop.
yeah, but you're a all pro fucking tight end,
Oh
bro.
yeah, there's no excuse and that wasn't even a snowy game. I don't think there
Like,
was there
no,
snow on the ground. I don't.
yeah, I think there was maybe a little bit. It's Buffalo. It's probably happened. Yeah, more than
Maybe it
likely.
did start to snow towards the end of the game.
But yeah, like you gotta catch those balls, man. Like I'm sorry to tell you, you're playing for the NFL. You gotta catch those types of passes. I would understand if it was above your head or if it was too low or
Oh
whatever,
no,
but
it was right
it
here.
was right here.
Yeah,
And you are every day trained to catch balls that come into your chest.
you have to make that catch.
You got to make that catch.
Yeah,
No excuse. Got to make the catch.
yep. It's
Like
playoff time.
I understand that it is playoff time. I understand that it can be tense. It can be stressful. Your mind can race,
But that's when it has to matter the most.
but that's when that matters the
Yeah,
most. Exactly.
because that screwed their championship uh
Yeah.
hopes. So
Yeah.
now that we got commandos,
Commandos.
com- commanders and Eagles Sunday. And so it's Sunday, both games, 6:30 and 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, Eagles and Commanders.
Who you got?
I say Bills and Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
I say Bills and Commanders. That's what I say.
We're both just hoping the Chiefs get kicked out.
I'm just hoping the Bills actually win it this year because I have them winning it all this year. I want to see Josh Allen get a Super Bowl. He deserves it. He has played his ass off for the past fucking 5 years or whatever he's been in the league. He's worked his ass off the entire time he's been with Buffalo.
Oh yeah,
He's
no doubt
earned
about it.
that. Yeah, he earned that quarterback spot. But whenever the Bills got beat by the Chiefs, I think it was either last year or the year before in the conference or in the conference championship,
Mm-hmm.
I was heartbroken. Like all I had to do was see Josh Allen on the TV screen, and I could just see in his eyes that he was like his soul.
Devastated.
His soul was on fire, dude. Like he was gone. He was so upset, and I felt that. Like I felt that through the TV. Like I felt so bad for that guy, and he has an opportunity to make that change this weekend. So I personally believe if they win this weekend, they win it all in my eyes. Like this is going to be a tough nose game, and Josh Allen wants to beat Mahomes.
Oh yeah,
He wants to beat him so bad. So,
and none of them want to lose to a rookie quarterback.
well, no, but it would be awesome as well to see Jalen win it all this year too. Be a rookie quarterback and go to the Super Bowl, and you know
Yep, there you go.
wins the Commanders their first Super Bowl since
God knows when.
1990s,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yep, I think that's if the Commanders somehow are able to beat the Eagles. I think I'm root for the
It's gonna be
Commanders.
tough. It's gonna be tough. Yeah.
Which I don't know. I don't know if you can stop their offensive line and stop because, dude, looking back at that game, the Eagles and Rams, I don't think Jalen Hurts threw the ball very much at all. Because I don't remember Devontae Smith having any like big plays. I don't remember AJ Brown having but one or two catches that I can think of.
Mhm.
90% of it was like runs.
Well, you know where Jalen Hurts came from, don't you?
Uh-uh.
Alabama. He's an Alabama boy, so he loves the warmer weather. He's also one of those guys who doesn't like the cold, snowy weather. He rather play in either a stadium or in warm weather. So that's where his running comes from. Like because he can run, he knows that his running back can run. They can do end
He
routes
was
and
running
shit.
too.
So
Other than just that 50-yard play, I mean, there was plenty of first downs he was picking up. I mean, any little he did get sacked a lot though. That was one issue that they did have when they were able to get past the line. He did get sacked quite a few times. I think 3 or 4 times before halftime alone.
yeah, the
So
Rams have a pretty good rush defense. I can give them that.
yeah, that was a little bit of a problem. I don't know. I mean, Commanders played really well against fucking the Lions, so we'll see if they bring it against the Eagles. They'll definitely need to bring
Where
it.
is it at? Is it in Philadelphia?
Um,
Pretty sure it is because
at yeah,
Philadelphia's
at
ranked higher.
Philadelphia, yeah, and then Bills are playing at Arrowhead.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I kind of changes the title a little bit.
Hey, Chiefs Kingdom.
But I still hope the Bills win, which I'm sure they will.
Yeah, I'll take Eagles and Bills or Commanders or Bills. I'll take that all day. I'd rather see Eagles and Bills, but I'll take Commanders and Bills if they're somehow able to beat the
The Eagles.
Eagles. And then I'd like to see the rookie get it done. That would just be awesome. And it'd make my Jaden Daniels rookie cards a lot more valuable. So I'm
Man,
about that life.
that'd be a crazy Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Seeing a
To
rookie win it all.
Because imagine, okay, say the Chiefs do beat the Bills, right? Like just say the Chiefs beat the Bills and the Commanders somehow beat the Eagles, like two upsets. Because you get kind of expect Chiefs and Eagles right now. Looking at it, like I assume 90% of the population probably think Chiefs and Eagles, just because that's what we just seen not too long ago. So the two biggest upsets now that you could think would be Commanders Bills Super Bowl. Like, wouldn't that be wild when you got the
Mm.
Eagles and the Chiefs also in there? I think that'd be wild.
You see, it'd be wild, but then again, it'd be a beatdown. Mahomes and the Chiefs would beat the fuck out of Washington.
I don't know, but then what if Commanders wins? Because then it's like Jaden just beat Jared Goff, you know what I mean? Knock them out. And then you go and knock Jalen Hurts out. And then you go and knock the Chiefs out. You know what I mean? Like to win the Super Bowl. Like that's a hell of a fucking three fights right there.
And Mahomes has had a lot of good battles this year against rookie, you know, players. Not even just quarterbacks. They played against the Broncos when they got rookie Bo Nix over there.
Mm-hmm.
The Broncos about beat them, and then you had the Chiefs go up against Brock Bowers and the Raiders. And we all know the Raiders didn't have a quarterback, so it was basically more of the running and a little bit of passing here and there, but still Brock
Yeah.
Bowers can still cover or guard for them running backs to get into that open field.
That's a big spot for the tight ends
And
being able to
then
block like that.
you got the Panthers, and the Panthers are the Panthers, and they about beat the Chiefs too.
Too many
Like
close games.
again, the Chiefs are not a Super Bowl team. It's just they know how to finish. Like it doesn't matter how you start the game. It's how you can get that finish.
Yeah, because like I said, Chiefs and Texans, that was a 9-point game. And that's with them sacking Stroud 8
Eight
times.
times.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So I
I don't know.
believe it's going I believe if it's not the Bills, then it'll be either an NFC team winning it this year.
I hope so. Then you got the Super Bowl February 9th.
Yep.
Okay, let's hop into some news. What kind of news you got? You can start with something while I get mine pulled up here.
So uh we do have some head coach news, but I'll leave that to Zach. What I can say, the Colts have signed a new defensive coordinator. Finally, we got Lou. I'm gonna I'm gonna mess this up, but we got Lou Anarumo as the new defensive coordinator for Indianapolis next year. So that's a great pickup. I'm glad to see how his defensive scheme goes with our players and see how well they change, and hopefully getting a new defensive coordinator kind of you know sets a new vibe in the locker room, and gets the boys out there and actually playing a little bit tighter
More
defense than what they
confident.
and yeah, more confidence.
Yeah, because I feel like that's been one of the Colts' big problems is some games they're able to put up points and take a 1, 2, 3 score lead, but then by the end of the game, it's down to a field goal. It's like you were up that far. You just need to be playing better defense to keep that lead. Like they
Yeah,
definitely got some work to do. But hopefully that,
especially
like you
whenever
said, that helps.
whenever they played the Vikings a couple years ago and they went up to like a 35-3 lead
That's what
and
I'm saying.
fucking got beat.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh man.
What was it, the biggest comeback deficit in NFL history or something like that?
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, because I think that game topped Peyton Manning's comeback, a few way early 2000s against the Buccaneers,
Yeah, was it
where
like
the
they were down
Buccaneers were
34 points or
like 33,
37?
33, 34 points.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, and yeah, and I think they topped that game. So yeah,
Yeah, that's wild.
God, that was a bad game. Oh, good Lord. What do you got?
Let's see. Patriots expect to hire former assistant Josh McDaniels as offensive coordinator. So Patriots still trying to build their team. They've been trying to
Fuck
build their
Josh
team.
McDaniels. He was
Uh
supposed to be the head coach for us, but ended up fucking us at the end.
let's see. Head coach Kevin O'Connell agrees to multiple year contract extension with the Vikings. Uh Saints are rescheduling some of their head coach interviews due to severe weather they're having down there. So no real updates with what they're doing.
Here's another question for you. So since the Bears, or not the Bears, the Lions are pretty much losing their whole entire staff. I mean, minus Dan Campbell. Obviously, he's going to be head coach again next year. But with them losing their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator to head coaching positions, how do you think the Lions and Dan Campbell will come to terms with that and settle into some new coaches?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's going to be tough. So right here we got Bears hire Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson as next head coach. And
Mhm.
then it says Jets to host Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn on a visit Tuesday with a goal as to not let him leave the building. That's their goal.
Ooh. And man, Aaron Glenn being the new head coach for the Jets would be top notch.
Yeah.
I think if Aaron Glenn gets hired on there, I think Aaron Rodgers will stay for another season.
Yeah, so that's a good question you brought up. What's that gonna do to the
The
Lions?
Lions.
Because they look good this year all up till the end, but you go and lose your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, unless you get somebody in there that's comfortable with your team already. That's a lot in 1 year to bring in both of those spots after you are just had yourself at this high of a level. Like you can't expect it's doable. Like plenty of teams can bring in multiple new coaches in one season, but you can't expect yourself to be at the exact same level without that comfortability that you've had building your team up this past 2 3 years, like because they've been looking good building themselves up the past couple of seasons, but now it's like they're going to have to rebuild a little bit, not on the field, but more or less their staffing. Because yeah, their coaches are going to get snatched up real quick with the way
Oh
they've
yeah.
been able to play this year.
And it'll be interesting to see who the Lions get to fill those positions. I mean, obviously we probably won't see anything for a few days because they're going to try and rest up and get over this humiliating defeat. But um, yeah, it'd definitely be interesting to see who they bring in to fill those spots and see what kind of schemes they bring in. Will they bring in the same schemes that the former coaches had, or will they bring in a little bit something a little bit different? So
Yeah, that's true.
we'll see what happens.
Because the way they play now, it seems to be working. You know what I mean? But could they be
Right.
better to get them further than where they were able to get themselves this year? Right here it says after a disappointing divisional round exit as a number one seed, Lions head coach Dan Campbell said he's back on his feet, and the Detroit Lions championship window is still open. So he's not left his hopes that they're still a championship team. But like we were just saying, how much of losing these coaches does that championship team get changed?
Exactly.
But let's see what else we got. Cowboys expect to interview offensive coordinator Brian Schottenmeier for head coach position.
See, that's new to me. I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, these are just today's uh stuff. Um, yeah, not much.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of news in the past couple days, other than the head coaching positions and the new defensive coordinator positions and stuff.
Yeah, that's the one you read. Colts hiring ex-Bengals assistant Lou as defensive coordinator. Uh, yep, Lions players bracing to lose both coordinators to hedged coaching jobs. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it from the past day or two. Not much else going on.
Yeah, and we won't really expect to hear anything about player cutting or free agency or anything like that for a few more weeks.
Yeah. Okay, let's hop into some college football.
We
Ohio
all know what
State
happened.
whooping Notre Dame.
Yep.
What'd you think about that game?
Let me just say, Notre Dame started off strong. Like I understood what their game plan was just by watching their first drive.
Oh
Their
yeah.
first drive was like was either lower than 10 minutes or above 10 minutes. And that's a long drive.
And
So they were
scored.
trying to keep the ball out of Ohio State's hands as long as possible because they knew Ohio State can put up some fucking points. That quarterback is great. Their receivers are quick, agile, catch radius is freaking outrageous. They can catch everything. Running backs are strong. Offensive line is strong. Defense is strong. Like Ohio State is a team that you never ever ever want to doubt because
Especially when you got a quarterback that can move like that.
exactly, and their quarterback is outrageous. And Notre Dame played good. They played decent, but it just was not good enough for Ohio State.
What was the final score to that?
Uh, like 30, I think 30 something to 23 or something like that. I'm not 100% sure.
Let's see, Ohio State versus Notre Dame. 34-23
Yeah.
with fireworks. FBS champions.
And next year, I would love to see my Bloomington Hoosiers, go deeper into the playoffs next year. I was really hoping for them to be in there this year. I mean, they were in the playoffs, but they got beat early.
Yeah.
But to Notre Dame actually, who actually ended up going to the championship game. But uh, I would love to see IU go further next year.
Dude, Buckeyes were just on fire. What it was is second quarter. Notre Dame put up 7. Like you said, held the ball for a long time the first quarter. And then quarter two, Ohio State put up 21 unanswered points just
Their offense is
before
crazy.
halftime. Yep.
Yes.
And then put up another 13 after halftime. Notre Dame put up another 16 after halftime, but not enough.
Nah. No.
Almost had
Maybe next year.
Indiana. Yep. Indy boys about got her.
We
But yeah,
can't get to the playoffs with the Colts. We get to the playoffs with the freaking Notre Dame and Hoosiers, and we lose it all. God, we suck.
so this is big too. Like that definitely helps uh scouts and everything. Like people wanting to get picked up by teams in the draft this next year. Like
Yeah, oh yeah,
This is a
especially.
big game.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you win the championship, I mean, honestly, I can't say if you win the championship and you get drafted, you're gonna play good. That's not the case. Because I mean, look, we got JJ McCarthy, championship quarterback with Michigan.
Yeah.
Didn't even play this season. And then you got Blake Corum, championship running back from Michigan. He's like a third string over there with the Rams. So I
Yeah.
mean, you're still fighting for your spot there. Just
Yeah.
because you're a college champion doesn't mean you're going to get that starting position.
Depends on what team you go to, really.
That is true. Yes, if their depth is low there and you get signed, you're definitely going to be on the high
Yeah.
chart. But
So, or
if not,
somewhere like San Francisco where you have Christian McCaffrey, so you don't have many other backups because you don't think you're going to need him. So then he goes out. So then you got Mason, but then he goes out. So then you're pulling in, you know what I mean, third string signing people off the practice squad, just hoping you can
hmm
have somebody, and that's your opportunity to step up and play the best you can fucking play because you want to show them like, hey, I know you're not giving me much playing time, but I'm gonna make do with what you give me.
right.
That way you get a little bit more playing time. They're like, oh shit, this dude can ball. You know what I mean? Keeping up with the big dogs. Cause I feel like they just usually try to give you a year or so to get acclimated because it's
hmm
different level from
Right.
college.
And I mean, like you said, San Fran was pulling up their like third strings and practice squad and stuff like that. And that one guy, Garendo,
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Garendo, or whatever his name is,
Yeah, and he ended up doing really good.
he balled out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then again, it also leans on your offensive line too. Like you got to have a good offensive line to
Mm-hmm.
make your running back look good. But then again, your running back has to make your offensive line look good too. So
Yeah.
you both need to
If
work
they give
together.
you the holes, you need to take them
Yeah,
because
exactly.
if not, it makes them look
Exactly.
like they're not giving them to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. But hell yeah. All right. That's another episode. We should have some more shit coming out this weekend. We're gonna do a MMA preview. I got another card opening to release. I got another box of cards here that we're gonna open here soon, and I'll make another video. And then yeah, I don't know what we'll do this weekend, but we may go live this weekend or something. We could watch one of the football games live or something. Because guess what, guys, we broke 100 followers, so now we can go live on Facebook. And I don't know, we may do something this weekend just to do it because we can do it now. So
Yep.
everyone come join in and say what's up. We can watch the football game, chill, hang out, talk shit because every football fan loves to talk shit. So if you're a real football fan, you'll come in here, hang out, put some notes in the comments, talk some shit, let us know who your favorite team is, and talk shit about the Eagles. It's okay because I'll talk shit back. When we all talk shit about the Chiefs together. So
Yeah, fuck the Chiefs.
yeah,
Go Bills. Go Bills.
hoping for it. I'm ready. One more weekend before the Super Bowl. But yeah, no fights this weekend. So like I said, we may do something special for the football game since we ain't got nothing else to do. May do some other little things. I don't know yet. But yeah, guys, check us out on Facebook. We're putting everything on Facebook now. Now we can go live on there. Check us out on YouTube. We need to get the YouTube page growing. We're only at like 30 followers on there. We need to hit 100 on there now. Hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. Catch us on Spotify. You get us on Twitch. Zach Die 818 on Twitch or Facebook. Cross post a lot of content from the gaming page to this page. So yeah, you got anything, Steven?
Nope. Just do the usual. Hit that like button. Please subscribe. Thank you for the 100 followers. That's awesome. You know,
Yeah.
we're definitely going in the right direction, so let's keep moving forward. But yeah, just appreciate it, guys. Keep doing it.
Yep. Later, guys.
Peace.
Okay. Yeah. They think they got it locked, well, I think I got it picked. 24/7, all I ever drop is hits. Never clocking out, I'm forever on my shift. I'ma fall till I fall, till they put me in my crib. They think they got it locked, well, I think I got it picked. 24/7, all I ever drop is hits. Never clocking out, I'm forever on my shift. I'ma ball till I fall, till they put me in my crib. It's that big body whipping piece of shit from out the graveyard. You never had a shot, even with a million AR and a million A&R. There to represent you. This life is a battle, turn my pencil to my pistol. I turn my issues into missiles, and there will be no misuse. I promise that they won't miss you. I'm doing mental jujitsu behind presidential tent inside the Lincoln Continental. I'm still within ill intent till they kill me or put it into the serial killing, criminal murdering instrumentals. If my music doesn't fit you, then fuck you. I make shit for real people and they pick. They got it locked, well I think I got it picked. 24/7, all I ever drop is hits. Never clocking out, I'm forever on my shift. I'ma ball till I fall, till they put me in my crib. They think they got it locked, well I think I got it picked. 24/7, all I ever drop is hits. Never clocking out, I'm forever on my shift. I'ma ball till I fall, till they put me in my crib.
We gotta believe, we gotta be mentally strong. When we tired, that's when we gotta put our fundamentals together. That's when we gotta be more focused. When we tired, that should give you more effort. Be like, I'm gonna beat his ass. Everybody's great when they're not tired. The champions is when they tired, that's when the real champions come out. That's when that real dog come out. Cause if you go piss like a puppy, stay on the porch and let the big dogs eat.